Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next edition of Blade and Board. I am Tony Marfione, and I'm here with my lovely, beautiful wife, Kate.
Hey, guys.
So we are going to bring you today stuffed chicken. There's a bunch of different stuffing recipes out there, but this is how we do it, and it's very, very good. It's one of those kind of things, like I said, you can cook it in a pan. We've had it, and you can pair it up with just about any meal. So we're going to go ahead and start out with the herb season, Pepperidge Farm. We got some portobellos?
Yes.
Portobello mushrooms. These are beautiful by themselves. We're going to have to cut those up. And again, there's so many different Italian sausages you could use, but we choose to go to the Johnsonville mild Italian that we're going to mix in. We have some celery and what is this?
An onion.
I know, but what kind?
A yellow one.
The yellow one? Yellow onions. Along the garnishment, along the outside of the chicken, Kate decided to go ahead and do the baby reds, which are man, my mouth's watering, so tasty. A little bit of low sodium chicken broth. And we have the Uncle Ben's wild rice. This just makes it convenient. I mean, you can get the rice that takes 30, 40 minutes to make, but this one here is a filler into the stuffing itself. Just throw it in the microwave. She's as good as it gets, and you can't quite tell the difference. You know, for butter, we're gonna use the
Vital Farms.
Vital Farms.
Unsalted.
Unsalted, organic, so they say. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Kate, why don't you go ahead and start dicing up that onion?
Well, how about you do that celery?
Well, I'll do the celery. All right, here we go. All right. We only need a cup of each, so I'm gonna go ahead and take those ends off. Another bite there. Not sure if that'll make a cup. I'm gonna go ahead and dice these up, about medium or so. And then what we're gonna do is Kate's gonna go ahead and saute these with about 4 tablespoons of butter, maybe 5.
You want them just softened. You don't want them super crispy and brown.
Right. See how much quicker she is at everything. I'm over here still, I ain't even through the darn celery. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and saute just 1 cup of the onion and 1 cup of the celery together before we add the chicken broth and then prepare the breadcrumb.
Should they saute it in oil or butter?
No, it's the butter.
It's in the butter?
Yep. So like I said, it's just enough to just kind of cook them down just a little bit. They don't need to be brown or crisp or nothing like that.
Just a little soft?
Yeah, just a little bit. Is this 1 cup?
Yes, it is.
That's 1 cup.
Sure is.
What the hell?
Okay, guys, you need a pan about this size for your chicken. You don't want it super deep because then you won't get a nice crispy crust around the edges.
I'm gonna go ahead and coat the pan with just a little bit of olive oil just to keep, clean up a little bit easy and keep it from sticking like horribly. So get that started over here. We started out with a 5.5 pound Purdue oven roaster with the breast side up. I'm gonna let Kate go ahead and prepare that skin. Let's see, while she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare some of these mushrooms. You know, if I was stuffing a chicken and there might be some left over to actually put in a casserole dish and bake separately, which is amazing. So we're gonna do a full bag of this recipe here. So.
Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to take the skin a little bit off of the chicken so you can just go through it and pry the chicken skin back. I have here our melted butter and these mixture of lightly dried herbs.
What kind of herbs are those, honey?
It is basil, oregano, parsley, and a little bit of oil to help them softly dry out. You wanna mix together your salt to taste. And make sure you add a generous amount of your herbs.
You know, one of the recipes my mom used to do is her famous. They used to call it because all the siblings and cousins and everything. They're like, "Oh my God, Aunt Dee's fried chicken." I remember how to make that recipe, and I'm going to prepare that as we get a little bit further into the summer and start creating some of them dishes. But I definitely want to do that one outside. But I want to recreate my mother's fried chicken. It was amazing. It was amazing.
What is your earliest cooking memory in the kitchen?
Earliest cooking memory, like I said, when I was a kid, my mom used to make homemade breads, and she would make gnocchi, and she would also make pasta fazool dish and other pastas and things. So I just remember them just cooking fiercely all the time. And the same thing with my dad, is my dad, you know, I would help him go to the boondocks. That's what it was called back in the day in Newport Richey, Florida. We would go to the boondocks, and my dad would pick up blue crab. And it was funny because he'd bring them home in 5-gallon buckets. And those things were just a nightmare, because if they got out of the bucket, good luck trying to catch that thing inside the house. But, you know, anytime the old man would take us to the boondocks, we know we were going to get blue crab, and he would be making his version of the sauce, which would be blue crab based. And I intend to make that because typically I do the lobster sauce, which you've seen in previous episodes, but I want to make that same exact one with live blue crab. So we're going to definitely do that.
That'd be a great
There's no other taste. There is absolutely no other taste. But those are probably the earliest memories of my folks cooking, as they always, no matter if it, again, we always sat down as a family to eat dinner, but those were some of the dishes I remember.
Important thing to remember is leave some of your mixture for the outside of the chicken, and you want to rub it in, make sure you get in all the crevices and all the little pieces that you can get, and flip the chicken over and make sure you get under the skin where the breast meat is, because that's typically the driest part of the chicken. You want to make sure you get all of that mixture in every part of the chicken as you can.
That stuffing's gonna pull in that broth. It's probably one of the best stuffing recipes I've ever been able to make, and I enjoy it to no end. It does smell good already. So we're gonna go ahead and add the mushroom. Boop.
You know, I always get to enjoy eating this, but I never have helped you make it before, so this is kind of nice.
Now you know.
Yeah. Now you can be like, hey, make the stuffing for me.
So good, so good. Oh my goodness, it's
the
so
best.
good.
With the gravy.
So
good.
Love, if you can go ahead and
I
get
sure
that nuked
can.
for me, that'd be super. Johnsonville Italian sausage, the best there is. So we're gonna use 1 package of that sausage. I think this is like the key ingredient right here, this and the rice. Make sure there's no wax paper attached to it. I've done that. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up by hand. We're definitely gonna have extra that we can put in a casserole dish, maybe, if you wanna make some. Be super to eat
Like me to
later.
prepare a dish for you?
Yes, please. We'll see how much.
Get it sprayed. We
'cause
have plenty of mushrooms that you stick on top too.
Yes, I will. I'll do something decor on the one dish,
yeah.
like I do before.
it'd be
Yeah,
so
it's always
delicious.
nice. This same stuffing could go in. It could go in. It can go in quail. It can go in hens. It could go just about any type of any type of bird that you prepare. I've done it every different way, especially what is it? The Cornish hens we do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're so good.
Baby chicken.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good. All right, honey, go ahead and introduce that.
It's going to be nice and hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Please be careful.
transition to the spoon at this point.
It smells so good.
It does, doesn't it? And like I said, we probably don't have time today to prepare a gravy or anything like that, but even a simple McCormick's chicken gravy or something along the lines on the side goes really, really great.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, homemade gravies are great, but if you got time for all that mess, that's wonderful. But just a real simple one you can get done in a hurry. And you could use a little bit of the cooled off chicken juice to make it towards the end, or just simple water, but usually does the trick. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have enough for a
pan over there.
casserole for sure.
Do you think you need twine for the little legs?
I
leave them open?
think we can leave it open. We'll go ahead and cook this breast up. So.
Okay.
You know, the oven roasters are good. They're calling out about 2.5 hours at 350 degrees, and plus it has an indicator on it to show you when it's done. It'll pop when it's finished. Typically, Kate and I will also, if we're cooking big turkeys or roast, we'll use We use the green egg thermometers that'll actually pierce from all different ends. And the cord hangs outside of the oven. I know it looks horrible, but it works very well
really
to get a
does.
perfect temperature on your meat. Because with poultry, you want to make sure that it's not burnt, but you want to make sure that it's thoroughly cooked and at a certain temperature as well. Let me just grab that in. Gonna give this little casserole dish again a little spray just to kind of keep it from sticking too badly. We're gonna get the rest of this mix. And you think you need a bigger casserole dish? Or?
I think this is enough.
Yeah? Okay.
It'll do.
Huh?
I might have a tiny bit left over.
Yeah. It's okay. Pack it down good and good.
It's like a pig meatball, kinda. Do you want some of this on the chicken?
Yes, please. A little bit of the olive oil or butter on the top. Yeah. So Kate's applying a little bit of the Lowry's garlic salt to the top of the chicken. You could even give it a little spray and then just coat that up really good. Okay.
Spray this.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a heart. It didn't matter. I love it.
So at this stage, the chicken's ready. We're gonna go ahead and garnish the outside with these red potatoes. And you could do potatoes, carrots. Carrots cook a little bit quicker, but there's all different types. But little baby reds are phenomenal in just about any dish you could have.
If you do little baby carrots or something a little bit smaller than these potatoes of a vegetable, I suggest putting it in about at the 30-minute mark, adding the vegetables at that point.
So Kate's gonna go ahead and put this under fire at 350 degrees. We'll see you in 2.5 hours. So everyone, we're 2.5 hours in. We put the casserole in 45 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and see what we got. We're gonna take her out of the oven, baby.
Yep. Ooh, that looks so good. Lovely.
Set this out on the counter. And our casserole. So check this out. Of course, we would probably go ahead and let this sit for a few minutes before cutting, but she looks amazing. The potatoes look amazing. Yes. So again, thank you so much for attending our show of The Blade and Board. Like, share, and subscribe, and definitely let's hear about your comments and what you'd like to see next. But in the meantime, we'll see you next time.
Can't wait to see you again.